I may make a lot of enemies with this. Please remember that films appeal to different audiences and that not everybody can like every single film. I didn't really like The Goonies. I know, I'm sorry, a lot of people love this. A lot of people hold it dearly. 7.8 out of 10 on IMDb. Very well loved film. And I have to say, there's nothing specifically about it that's bad. It's not a badly made film. It just didn't do anything for me. This is, of course, the 1985 film directed by Richard Donner, written by Chris Columbus and Steven Spielberg. You put those two names to a film straight away, you know that there is potential. I was very excited about this, but having watched it, I just felt like it was too juvenile. You know, there are so many films that are family-oriented and they appeal to a wider audience. And, you know, adults and children can get something out of it. But for me, with The Goonies, it just felt like it was more of a children's film. And that's fine, there are so many children's films that I absolutely love. But none of the humour appealed to me. The narrative wasn't really that compelling. I felt like it was far-fetched and unbelievable. And even when I suspend disbelief, I kind of feel like it was still just over the top and they were trying to force too much into it. If they'd stripped it back and made it a bit more simple, the narrative could have been interesting. I do like the group of friends, the friendship group, and you know that was a really big thing in the 80s to put groups of young friends together and you know have them lead the film. I'm thinking Stand By Me and maybe things like A.T. and that kind of thing. So I do really appreciate that bit, and I think there are a lot of really good things about it from a technical perspective. Some really good camera angles, some really effective close-ups. But the narrative just doesn't do anything for me. I should probably tell you what the narrative is in case you're not familiar with it. Basically, these young friends who are called the Goonies, they find an ancient map and they follow the map to try and discover some pirate's treasure. I mean, that in itself sounds juvenile. But, you know, you can do that so that it appeals to an adult audience as well. But I didn't really think it did. And then certain characters were brought in to cause a threat for them. And I can't say any more than that without spoiling it, because I do think you should watch it. I still think it's a film that everybody should see before they die, to then make up their own opinion. Not because it's so good, because it's so culturally relevant. And you've got things like Truffle Shuffle that, you know, is often referenced in films. And I feel like, obviously, it's made an impact. And I've got no issues with the fact that I didn't like it. I'm not looking at somebody thinking, how could you even like that? Because I can see why some people would enjoy it, and that's absolutely fantastic. But it's just not for me. The casting is really good. I have just realised that they're doing the Goonies too, and I probably will check that out. The casting's really good though. Sean Astin and Josh Brolin and Corey Feldman. Brilliant acting. You know, the child actors in this are absolutely brilliant. I have, again, no complaints there. There is nothing about this film apart from a few things in the narrative that I thought could have been done differently that makes it a bad film. It's just not speaking to me at all, which is fine. Not every film can. I will stick with Human Centipede. The Goonies fans can watch The Goonies. Do let me know your thoughts on it though, and as I said, if you haven't seen it, check it out. You might enjoy it. Maybe in 10 years' time I'll watch it again when I'm almost 40 and see how I feel then. But at the moment, I'm glad I've seen it. I didn't detest watching it. I'm just not in a hurry to see it again.